I just don't wanna know, because I bury my head in the sand.
Hello. I'm a little bit gutted that I can't be with you there in person. I'd love to hear about some of these things that excite you, that motivate you, that you have a passion for in life, because it's great to be able to share those with one another. And I'm sure there's some great ones that you've been able to talk about. But now that we've had a chance to look at that, I want to talk about some practical tips, some practical things that we need to take into consideration when we're writing some songs. Question I'm often asked is, do you write music first or do you write lyrics first? For me, there really is no rule. It's whatever sort of inspires me, what comes first. Just a tip for you, always make a note of any ideas that you have in writing a song. Write down some possible lyrics and record melodies if you can that come to you on your phone, or as I do on my iPod. So just recording them as a sort of voice memo, and then I can always come back to the ideas later on and work on them. Another question I'm asked is, do you write by yourself or do you write with someone else? Well, that's entirely up to you. Sometimes it might be helpful to write a song with someone else. However, this person needs to be someone that you enjoy spending time with, enjoy working with, and needs to be a like-minded person to yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to end up having all sorts of problems. So you need to be able to get on with them. And I sometimes do both. I sometimes write by myself, or I sometimes write with someone else. Just want to look a little bit at structure. How do we structure a song? And I'm going to provide a couple of examples from a couple of my songs. Firstly, it's quite helpful to think of verses or choruses as in 4 lines, but this isn't prescriptive, it's just a guide, an idea. And this is from a song I wrote called Bury My Head. So it goes like this. And I bury my head in the sands, I guess I just don't want to know, because I bury my head in the sands and hope it all makes sense tomorrow. So that's that song, so 4 lines there, and the second and the fourth lines rhyme. Every other line doesn't have to rhyme, but sometimes if it helps, if it naturally flows, then it can be a help. There's a song, just give you an idea of a chorus that I wrote that doesn't rhyme. Love, it brings me on to love, so much more than a moment's feeling, a gift to give away again. Love, this brings me on to real love, when all of this will fade away, faith and hope and love remain, but the greatest is love. So that's a song, it doesn't rhyme, and it isn't 4 lines, so it doesn't have to be prescriptive like that, but sometimes it can help. Repetition can help as well. It's a tool you can use, so repeating a chorus when you've sang it once, or maybe a line at the end of every chorus, or certain words throughout the song. Have a think a little bit about the music. Do you write a song using a guitar, like I've got here? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I write on a piano. Sometimes I just work it out in my head, have a think about it, particularly if I don't have access to an instrument at the time. And here's a tip: if you're not a natural musician, as in if music doesn't come particularly naturally to you, find someone to write with, to co-write with, who is someone who is naturally maybe a guitar player or a pianist, someone who you can write with, so that they can help in those areas. Write out your chords above your lyrics, just so you can remember how the music goes and where everything fits. And again, I would say, don't force anything. Fit your melody around the lyrics, or perhaps what I do more, fit what you want to say, your message, your lyrics, around the vocal melody, around the idea that you have. But don't force anything. Don't try and make something fit if it won't. Yeah, so it's a workshop, it's a songwriting workshop, so it's now over to you. We're going to workshop lyrics and ideas for lyrics. You can do this alone if you want, or you can do this in pairs. Try, if you get enough time, try putting your words, your ideas that you have, try putting them to a tune. We're going to take about 15 minutes to write a chorus or a verse, or both, depending on how you get on. If you're really quick, keep going. And then we're going to take about 5 or 10 minutes to feed back some of these ideas, what you've come up with, and we're going to feed them back to the rest of the class, and Alexandra is going to lead these through. So let's get creativity going, and let's start getting some of these ideas onto paper, and let's start crafting a song. Over to you.